BC, family and friends, how's it going? Just coming back at you to talk a little bit more about music and to kind of see for myself how the picture looks now that that's there now. As you know, for months now, the poster behind me was the Flyover Country poster, the poster for the movie that I wrote the soundtrack for, which was a big highlight for me last year, that entire experience. And scoring my first movie, even though it was just a tiny little no-budget film, was a great experience and felt like a wonderful accomplishment. I went out to the office of Omaha Magazine, which publishes this magazine as well as 14 other magazines, as it turns out. I didn't even know that. They gave me some other magazines. Besides Encounter, they do Omaha Magazine, and actually my cousin has an article in here about a restaurant, Big Mama's Restaurant. And then here's another one of their magazines they gave me, 60 Plus. And it's cool. This is Nick Fackler, my friend and bandmate in Dreama. That's his mom, Denise Fackler, on the cover this month. So just feeling that, I don't know if it's the word is synchronicity or just the neat feeling, you know, of being in the public eye along with all these other friends and family members. It's kind of cool, you know. And while I was there, I wasn't expecting this. They had this poster as in this room where they have all one of the rooms where they have a lot of the issues over the years, and all these posters of the different covers. And I just blatantly said, "Whoa, how can I get one of those?" And they gave it to me. It's such an honor, you know. Doc Strangely Strange, you were saying it must, how weird it must be. I've always wanted this, you know. I'll just be real honest about it. I've been on the cover of magazines before, local magazines. I've been in some international magazines and articles, but this is the first cover like this that I've been on, glossy and shit. It's just really, please excuse me, you know, some folks probably get a little irritated at me blowing my horn, but that's just really too bad. I mean, that's part of what this is, the fun of this is the doing of it and telling you about it, you know, being in it, you know. Before I show some records, let me babble a little bit more. A good friend of mine who helped me get my car fixed and is very helpful to me in that way, but is very different to me in his value of money, is constantly on my case about not just going for the money. And I keep trying to tell him how it is I feel good about my path, and it's like I already know what it is I could do to just make money, which is basically prostitute myself, humiliate myself, make a fool of myself. If I would be willing to do that right away, I could get paid big money. I know already, I've been approached, you know, to make a fool of myself. I mean, this is what they ask you to do, you know, in so many words, you know, make a fool of yourself and we'll pay you. I just don't want to do it, you know. I'm enjoying this too much. So, I was in record stores today, but I couldn't buy a thing. I sure saw a whole lot I wanted. But let me show you what I've been spinning and what's playing now. Right now on CD in the background is Land. I'll turn it up for a minute. Archipelago. I think that's how you say that word. This was a band led by Jeff Greinke, a fantastic ambient artist. I also have this other Land album sitting out, Land. This is wonderful music. It's wonderful music. You know, I listened to my new album Murphy again all the way through today because I stopped for a while, you know. I didn't have... My shit is good. I can't wait for it to be on vinyl. Okay, some records that I play. I love this album by David Bowie. I think this is a good David Bowie album. It's not on the same level of his masterpieces, but this is a good Bowie album, reality. This is the copy that I traded with John Chartrand for. Yellowish orange vinyl. It's more of a yellow than orange to me. It has orange marble in it. I really like this album, and I like the way that David Bowie does Pablo Picasso on here a lot. I used to play that song a lot in different bands back in the 80s. And I like this version better than Jonathan Richman's, the guy that wrote it. Let me get into this box. I am so out of room, so I have boxes in my corner, in my closets. And I had a box of jazz. I have a box of old jazz out, and been getting into it. Shades of Brass by Bobby Byrne. This is neat cover, but it's in the territory of David Axelrod and Quincy Jones, big band doing popular music with synthesizers and horns. It's not as hip as David Axelrod, but it's pretty good actually. Louis Armstrong, Ambassador Satch, live in Europe, 1955. Interesting hexagonal label like they used to have on 78s. Louis Armstrong. What can be said about the Ambassador? You know, he did so much for so many people. John Frigo. I love John Frigo. He swings. This is one of my dad's albums that I inherited. My brothers never liked this, so that's why I have it, and it's in good shape. Frigo was a Chicago jazz musician. My dad was from Chicago. Perhaps they knew each other. Jeremy Steig, Firefly. On the commercial side, which is the way this music sounds to me, you know, but I'm hearing it like with a new perspective. I always thought this music was kind of cheesy, honestly, you know, but all these people in the VC just love this stuff, you know, and so I've made an adjustment hearing it almost through other people's ears, you know. I always thought stuff that was a little more daring than this was the stuff that's more daring than this, or less regular sounding, is what I've always been more interested in. The Mahavishnu, as opposed to the Ronnie Laws, although I do have that. Dave Brubeck, Truth Is Fallen. Man, this is good. It's a collaboration between he and his son's band New Heavenly Blue at the time, 1972, with the Cincinnati Orchestra. And it's big. It's got operatic voices. It's still contemporary, you know. Truth Is Fallen. What he's saying here is still the same problem today. Grady Tate, She's My Lady. Grady Tate is best known as a jazz drummer, but this is an album he made featuring himself as a soul singer. Now, when I bought this, I didn't look closely, and when I got home, I was extremely disappointed. But coming back to it, it's like not bad. He kind of sounds like a cross between Al Jarreau and Lou Rawls. Here's another one that at first I thought was cheesy, and actually I really like this. John Tropea. And he's got people like Rick Marotta on drums from Peter Gabriel's band on here, Will Lee. Good players. Good players. Okay. One more out of the box. Free Flight. This was something, again, that I thought when I bought it, I was disappointed in. I played it last night and I said, wow, this is really good. Ralph Humphrey on drums, who used to be with Frank Zappa. Milko Leviev on piano, on keyboards. I first heard of him playing with Jean-Luc Ponty. This is good. The Jazz Classical Union. It's good. Let's see over here. Not out of the box. Well, one more out of the box that I was playing this morning. Multiplication by Eric Gale. And I understand that this album's been sampled or used in Aesop Rock or something. This is an example where I love the cover and it's just too all shucks or whatever I don't know. You know, whatever I mean, I don't mean it in, you know, for someone to be offended. If you're offended, that's just too bad. But this is kind of like that kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of a sound that I'm just really, really not attracted to. I don't know what else to say, you know. It's got that down home feel that so many people love that I just, it's almost as soon as I hear it, it's like I just, next. That's almost like how I feel. It's like, what else? Can we hear something else, please? But I listened to most of that. It was all right. What else is down here? Rhinoceros. People have been posting this on Facebook a lot. Apricot Brandy was a single off of this, which I also had. I pulled it, but I put it away already. Good band. Some members from the Mothers of Invention and some other bands got together and started this band. Really good musicians. Early 70s. Got on a quick jag of Kraftwerk last night, and I listened to the 12-inch remixes of Telephone Call. I just love Kraftwerk, and I can listen to them on repeat. Love this band. Music Nonstop, another 12-inch single that I played with remixes. And then, of course, I played the whole album, Electric Cafe. Fantastic. And then, since I had it out, Man Machine. This is such a neat album. The Model, Neon Lights, Space Lab, The Man Machine. I love Kraftwerk. Let's see, I think there's some other records down here I didn't get to. Maybe not. Oh yeah, here's one. Public Foot the Roman. English band that put out one album, mid-70s, on the Sovereign label in the UK. An interesting mix. They sound like Wishbone Ash, but more proggy with keyboards. And this is really good, and I don't know why they only made one album. Public Foot the Roman. Been playing this on repeat. Automatic Man Visitors, side 2 in particular. Excuse me. Daughters of Neptune. Here I Am Now. What's Done. I've probably played side 2 of this album 5 or 6 times in the last few days, because I like that about music. And how about you folks? Are you like that when certain music will hit you and then it's on repeat for a while? I've always been like that, which has made me wonder sometimes, yeah, am I some kind of, am I nuts? Am I retarded or something? Because I'll do it. Like, I'll go for like weeks and listen to like a song or a few songs almost repeatedly, because they're just hitting me, and then it'll just get a point where it's like, okay, we're done now. But this has been on repeat a lot lately. Okay, anything else? Yeah. Peter Mergener, Michael Weiser, Fanciful Fire on the Innovative Communications label. Klaus Schultz's label, which primarily featured electronic music. Was this in the 80s? This one is very nice. 1985. Very nice. Just really beautiful electronics. Yeah, I think I've shown everything else down here, and so I think I'll. Am I forgetting anything? Let me look over here. I have all kinds of stuff sitting around. I've still got DJ Triss's one of her mix CDs sitting out here. It wasn't that long ago that I played it. I do appreciate that stuff. Rick Agnew, again, I've been listening to this. Powerball, with the Powerball split. Really good. And then Sid Arthur's first EP on CD, Moving World. I think Sid Arthur deserved to be huge. I really do. I think they're fantastic. So, just wanted to say hey and talk a little bit about music with you.